Game plan, we're already starting to watch the tropics carefully. It's quiet for now. Gulf of Mexico behind me is quiet, but the NOAA Hurricane Hunter aircraft are making a tour of the Gulf Coast. They're getting ready for hurricane season. We sent Blake Matthews to Beaumont today to go check it out.
We're in Beaumont hanging out with the Hurricane Hunters as they make their way along the Gulf Coast on a 5-city hurricane awareness tour. Behind me is the C-130 aircraft flown by the Air Force, and this is the workhorse of the National Hurricane Center, the plane that punches the core into the eye to record wind and pressure. On board this aircraft is a team of meteorologists that spend upwards of 13 hours per mission flying in and around a storm. We had a chance to catch up with Major Nicole Mitchell, who flew into Harvey as it reached peak intensity.
The flight wasn't anything particularly rough for us in terms of Harvey. What I personally remember about Harvey is I was on the flight almost just before landfall. So we knew about where it was going to hit, and when you can see it starting to push in and you can actually see the lights on the ground, it really brings it home that these are people's lives. This is about to impact. In Harvey, we actually started seeing that hook representation in the eye wall. We have to fly through a lot of bad stuff as we fly through an eye wall, but when you see a tornado, yes, there are things we stay away from, and that would be one of them.
The Hurricane Hunters are gearing up for what is expected to be a somewhat busy season, a season that hopefully spares Texas. Of course, there are no guarantees. In Beaumont, Blake Matthews, KHOU 11 News.